fucking eye. Hey guys, I'm out here on this great Father's Day. Well, it's great out here. I mean, the sun's out. It's got to be like 75 degrees. Great day out here to ride. I'm not a father, so whatever, but happy Father's Day to you, Dad, if you're watching. I don't know if you still watch all my videos or whatever like that. But today's Navy Life episode is going to be answering the question that I've gotten a few times. I don't know why I didn't just make a video about it. I kept answering people, but it's going to answer the question of, if you get stationed in a state that allows marijuana use, marijuana, that would be weed or Mary Jane or cannabis to other people, if you're in a state that has legalized it, Colorado, Washington, some other states, I don't really know the states, but I live in Washington, so can you smoke weed if you're in one of them states? And the short answer to that is fuck no. Are you retarded? No. The reason for that is when you join the military, any branch, you are now a federal employee, which means all federal laws, which they already do this, but all federal laws immediately supersede state laws. So, no, you have to follow federal law, and you can't do any drugs. I'm sorry. Now, another question I get completely related to this is it hard in states that it's legalized in to avoid it so that you don't get in trouble? And the answer to that is no, it's not. I've yet to run into anybody actually that's using it in public or at people's houses or bars, anything like that. I haven't run into it at all. Not that I know of. The issue that does come up though, the kind of scary issue, is like if you go to local places like bakeries and butchers and, as we call them back in my home, slop houses, basically places to eat, they could actually use hemp or anything containing THC as an ingredient, because it's legal technically for them to do so, and then you eat it and you don't know you ate it, and then you go and you take a piss test and you fail the piss test, you get kicked out of the Navy. It has happened to a few people. Being ignorant to the fact that it's in your food is not an accepted excuse. Unfortunately, they probably won't believe you, but yeah, they don't take that as an excuse. There's actually a pretty big candy bar out here. Well, it's like a nutrition bar, but it's a pretty big bar out here that people have been eating that apparently has hemp in it. And we've been warned by the commands to avoid this thing like the plague. Like you will pop on the piss test. So in the Navy anyway, if you fail a drug test, you could pretty much expect to get kicked out. There's no, why would you cut me off like that, you fucking asshole? There's no more lenient punishment, anything like that. They will start working on processing you out immediately. I don't know how the other branches handle it. I don't know if the Army or whoever is more lenient about it, but in the Navy, you definitely just plain get kicked out. And yeah, so that's about the answer to that. It's not too long of a video. Yeah, I got nothing. I do have an example though. Like when I was in A school, there was a petty officer second class, I'm not gonna use any names, who actually did pop on a piss test. And as I said, this dude had, I want to say he had 15 years in the Navy. And as soon as he popped out on that test, he went straight to restriction, went to captain's mast, lost rank, and within like a month of that, he got processed out. Now, the funny thing about that, the funny part of that, is that he didn't care. He had like established a business already with his wife. He was ready to get out. He was going to get out in like 2 months or something anyway. But yeah, even like that, like you're just gone. So with that guy's experience and years in, the other question is, can you get away with it? Like, can you dodge the piss test? Now, the piss tests themselves, the drug tests, are completely quote-unquote random. I've taken like 3 or 4 in 1 week before. That was in A school. So they're really random. There's no way that you're going to be able to guess. You can't just guess when a piss test is coming and not smoke weed for a week before that or something like that. There's stories about people on leave. You know, you get 2 weeks of leave. That means 2 weeks where you're not taking a piss test. Take that as you will. But yeah, I mean, sure, you could get away with it. People have gotten away with it for years before they get caught. But there's always that before you get caught. You know, like speeding on the street. You can speed all day, every day. All day, every day. And, you know, you do this 364 years out of days. You do this every day of the year. And it only takes that one time where you don't notice the cop for you to get caught and get a ticket and all that shit. So it's the same concept. You know, you can get away with it, you can dodge it. Eventually you're probably gonna get caught at least once, and it only takes once in the military to fuck up your whole career and get you kicked out. So, back to the original point. Can you smoke weed if you were in a state that has legalized it? No, you cannot. So don't do it. Alright? So you guys, have a great Father's Day out there. If you're a father, happy Father's Day to you. If you're not, you should probably notify your father that he's a great person and tell him happy Father's Day. Alright, you guys ride safe.